Right, Suki. We're not sure when the cast starts, so we're gonna dance till the cast starts. Okay, I think it's been long enough that the cast has probably started. Welcome, guys. My name's Corey from the Electric Border, Colorado. We've got our friend Bullet Bill here coming in from Canada, a little bit outside Toronto and Hamilton. We've got Rachel here coming in from Fort Collins, Colorado as well. So the two Coloradans here tonight.
How you guys doing
Welcome,
tonight?
everyone. Very good. Very good. We already talked everything out with Suki before, so you guys missed our earlier cast. It's called the pre-cast, but Suki's never on, so we're gonna try and keep the energy up for y'all tonight. Um, boo 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 boo. Let me put
Why
the
don't we
live
start with
chat.
that really strange board we were all just talking about?
Yeah,
I
so
want to show the
Suki
viewers that
showed us
the
a
one with the
strange
two
board.
wheels and the battery inside the wheel, that was, I don't know, it was kind of a mess. Yeah. What do we got here? We got one wheel in the front, one wheel in the back. Can we get the other angle where you can see like the kind of the width of the wheel?
One wheel in the front, one wheel in the back. Stupid
I
design
think
all
is this
around.
a strap? Like at
Yeah,
the
that's the carry strap.
carry strap, so not when you're riding it. Okay.
But no, there's a
It's the
video of
carry
someone.
strap in case it wasn't light enough for you, with the two Bluetooth speakers attached to the ends.
As wheels. So like
Please
off the
tell me it
bat,
has speakers in it too, that they also play music out of the wheels.
be a terrible sound, just like waving. So you're going down the road, hitting higher in pitch.
Oh, dude, that brings me
Sound like
back
an
to
ambulance going by.
before I got my first electric skateboard. I had this thing called the Glidecraft hoverboard, which was essentially like a piece of crap one wheel, right? It was had like a longer deck, but it could only like it maxed out at I think like 8 miles per hour, and it had a Bluetooth speaker. And then when I moved to New York City, I like was riding that thing. That's actually what led me to get the electric skateboard, because I was riding that thing for like a couple weeks. I'd have the Bluetooth speaker on, and I was like, oh man, I'm so cool at 5 miles per hour. Look at me go, right? And then I took it to Central Park one day, and there's like a part in Central Park where there's kind of like a little. The closest thing I can describe it is if you're going down a ski hill and you're carving a little bit. It's like a little carvy section, like on a downhill, and I was getting like my Colorado feels, like, oh yeah, like I'm snowboarding on this thing, and the thing nosedived, and then
Mm,
just killed itself. And then I had like
mm,
a 30-pound weight that I had to like carry home, which was just
You had the
the
strap
worst.
for that, I
Yeah.
guess.
And then
mm.
that's why I was like, and maybe I should actually get a better electric skateboard, and that's how I ended up buying my first Leaf Tech, or as people call them now, summer boards.
Oh, you had one of those things. How was it?
I still have a Beta Leaf Tech back
Is
there.
it good? I tried to get one and they never delivered it, and I had to cancel my order. It was during
Interesting.
COVID, but they just kept like promising delivery and then it would never come and it would never come, and it went on for like months and months until I just
I don't
asked
think
for my
I've
money
ever
back.
talked about Aaron and Summerboard up here. You know, Aaron and Summerboard's an interesting story. If you don't know the whole thing with Leaf Tech,
Mm,
Aaron, or Summerboard as they call themselves now, but it was Leaf Tech in 2016 when he first came out with it. He did it through a
mm-hmm.
Kickstarter. When I went and ordered my Leaf Tech, he was still running the Kickstarter, and I kind of like jumped the gun, and this is how I really got into the electric skateboard scene. I ordered it from his website because he had a Kickstarter, but he also had like an order link on his website. So I went to
Mm-hmm.
his website and like ordered it, and he was like, "Yeah, this will be ready in like 2 weeks." And like I waited 2 weeks, and I was like, "I am not waiting freaking anymore. Like I want this thing." And he was at the time I was living in NYC. He was down in Brooklyn, and I was like, let's just like head down to his shop in Brooklyn. So I like headed down to his shop, which was just like some little like back shop in like some little rickety building off in the um off in Brooklyn, and
Mm.
like buzzed into the building, got him to buzz me up, went up, and he was like, oh shit, you wanted a board? And I was like, yeah, I ordered that board 2 weeks ago. And he like looked
Mm.
around his shop and had like a whole bunch of like boards that were like being built at the time, and he just pointed at one that was like pretty well built, and he was like, you want that one? And I was like, yeah, that's the one I want. And then
Mm.
so yeah, I basically took a board off of his wall that he was probably going to give out for a Kickstarter, who probably reserved it way before I did, right? And then just started writing it, and then I became like a beta tester for him because essentially I just kept breaking his fucking board. Like every, because the thing was like, the summer boards are like meant for like these smooth trails, right? And like these like nicely paved roads and stuff. And like,
That's not how
New
they
York is,
advertise it though. They have people doing like they're in bowls, they're doing grinds on it, they're
I
doing
mean,
jumps.
when you get good at it, I mean, that's why I put his shit through the ringer. That's
Mm.
why, if you notice now that they put their battery on top, that's because his battery kept falling out of my enclosure. Because I kept
Mm.
telling
Was
him
it on the
he
bottom
used to put the
before?
battery on the bottom, and
Mm.
he had an interchangeable battery, and he had a plastic enclosure that the freaking plastic piece on it would always break off, right? And I'd be like riding and his battery would pop out during the ride, right? And I'd have like a battery dragging on the ground. I have to like duct tape it up and put like some um quick ties on it, like zip
Mm.
ties on it, just to like zip tie my board together to keep the whole
Mm.
thing together. So I mean, that's how I got into like the ESK8 stuff, was like with the Leaf Techs back in the day. I mean, I think they've come a long way. The problem with Leaf Techs is the same issue with like One Wheels. The same way that One Wheel has kind of like sued any other company out of existence. I don't want to say Aaron's sued other companies out of existence, because he didn't really have to. He just was smart enough that in 2016, like around when I met him, he built a patent for, and this is why Freeboard, who their design is based off of, does not have an electric freeboard, because they can't
Mm.
really work around his patent. His patent is essentially, because if you know how the Leaf Tech or the Summer board works, like
Mm.
the thing that makes it tough, the design, is that you have a wheel on the bottom that has to move 360. So you can't have that, like, it's not like a normal motor wire where you can have it on a wire, because if you
Mhm.
twist a wire, what's going to happen, right?
Snaps. Mhm.
Going to snap a wire,
Mhm.
right? So you can't have a twisting wire. So what he has is like the ESC and everything hooks to these. They're like essentially these like little copper rings, and the copper
Mm.
rings like put out like essentially just like some power, and then essentially like the motor on the bottom has these little like sort of copper prongs that like come up, and they touch the copper rings. I think he's updated it since, because I think they have a newer, smoother model. So I'm talking about whatever his old fucking model of shit is.
Mhm.
But essentially, like he patented the whole thing for like this like contact pad that allows you to have a 360 moving wheel while also sending power to it, right? And
Mhm.
like that's why if you ever looked at Freeboard for years, they actually did try to do an electric, but all of their electric designs, they were trying to do them from like kind of like from the side wheels, but the physics of that just like doesn't work with the summer board, because you push from the center, right? Like
Mhm.
the side wheels are slide wheels. They're meant to
Yeah.
just be like a soft wheel, kind of like when you're downhill longboarding and you're
Mhm.
like just sliding on a wheel, right? So
Mhm.
like they're not like function wheels, they're slide wheels. Like think of the wheels as your pavement, right? Or not
Mhm.
your pavement, is your snow, right? Because it's like a snowboard for pavement. So like the wheel is just soft enough to make the pavement act like snow, if that
Mhm.
makes sense. Um, so yeah, like he's got kind of an interesting thing going on. And I think that that's kind of what you're dealing with, is because he has no competition, because he's patented out the competition. And I've said for a while, there was one dude that was on the forums for a while that did work on a Leaf Tech competitor, but I never, I don't think I followed the whole thing through. But there was a guy that was trying to do something similar, but I think he had a lot of design struggles with it because it's really hard to work around that patent.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, it's interesting. I think I would say this about the summer board. It's like a board that could be way better if he had competition in the game. He has no competition in the game, so he has no reason to make the thing any better than it is, right? And so if he's the only competition in the game, he's the only person that you can buy a board of this type from. He
Mhm.
doesn't really have any reason to like build it like better quality. Whereas like, Propel and Ace Deck and LaCroix and all these companies, like they have to compete with each other because they don't have like a patent one up where like one of them can like, I mean, maybe on some of their truck designs and stuff, but other than that.
Mhm. Mhm. I see.
I didn't know they made those even electric. I've only ever seen what I thought was non-electric versions of that. So that's super dope
Freeboard.
that that
Yeah.
exists.
Mhm.
I'm glad it exists. So
Yeah, it is
that's
cool. Maybe patents expire, right? So maybe in the future there will be
20
competition in
years
the
on
space.
patents. So,
Oh,
and he
that's
got
a
it in like
while.
2015. So we've got 9 years left till we see a summer board competitor, unless he goes bankrupt, and then in which case there's no competition, and then somebody else can come and rise out of the
Mhm.
ashes. So,
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
but I mean, it's the same thing One Wheel's been pulling, for years. That's why.
I
Um,
mean, there's companies that have worked around the one wheel patent though now. I think Future Motion has one that's pretty similar. I might have the name wrong, but they have a it's a one wheel competitor. I think it blows it out of the water in terms of performance. I believe it might be VESC based. I could be wrong.
is that the float wheel? I have seen float
Yeah, the
wheels.
float wheel. That sounds familiar. I think so.
But isn't the float wheel just the? Oh no, he actually has a full on. I wonder if he's just using because I think the guy who did float wheel originally was just doing a mod for
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the one wheel, but I think
Mhm.
it might have to do with the fact too that like he's using different software because his
Yeah.
stuff was on the VESC based software,
Mhm.
whereas One Wheel was not on VESC based. They're
From what
like
I
their own
understand, I mean, I don't know too much
proprietary.
about one wheels. I don't ride a one wheel. I've kind of looked into it a little bit because I thought about getting one. But from what I understand, the vest-based wheels are more powerful and more reliable and more tunable, more customizable. So just better across every front.
Yeah, they have like a bunch of the different models here on Float Wheel, don't they?
Mhm.
ADV2.
Mhm. It's good to have competition in the space. Oh, we lost Suki. Sure, she'll be back. It's good to have
uh,
competition in the space because it forces them to improve. I know One Wheel came out with like a more powerful model to kind of compete with the float wheel, is that what it's called, the float wheel?
yeah, Float Wheel. Float Wheel's
Mm-hmm.
what I pulled up. Yeah. Yeah, let's
Mm-hmm.
see if there's anything else. There
Can you
was
screen
at
share
one
it?
point. Yeah, let me see. Where do we screen share on this mofo? Can we cuss in Britain? Where do we screen share on this motherfucker? Um,
at the bottom. It looks like there's a share.
there's the share. Yep, share screen. Let's put it on. They've got this ADV2.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like their nicer model. Does it say
Mm-hmm.
range here on it at all?
Or even like
Doesn't
size
really
of the
tell
battery.
it. Yeah, I was looking for that, but I don't see it anywhere. They have more information on their Atom, which is this fancy looking one, but this one's cheaper.
25 miles.
That's like their pint, I guess. Their pint
Yeah.
competitor.
Oh, I like that's an interesting design they have on the board.
Mm-hmm. So like the kind of open side on the rails.
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
looks kind of metallic.
Yeah.
It's cool.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of like that design.
Reasonable. Is that USD the price? I'm assuming.
I would assume
Not
so.
bad. Not bad for the price.
I'm
Is there specs
personally,
anywhere?
let's see.
Speed 25.
I will say their website needs better specs. Float Wheel, if you're listening, your website
25
needs better
miles.
specs. Yeah, it doesn't really tell us much. Both of them are pretty. See, and then this is like, I think this is what he was doing before, is he was building the power kits. So I think
Oh,
that's
this is a
how,
mod for a one wheel. Yeah, okay.
and I think that's how he got into the actual like, eventually like building his own.
Mhm.
But he
Mhm.
must have worked around some different stuff.
Mhm.
Because they did have another competitor years ago called Trotter.
I
I
think
don't
I've
know if
heard
you
of
guys
that one.
remember those.
It was pretty bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, Trotter. This is Trotter Mag Wheel. Mag Wheel. That was this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah, but they got sued to oblivion by what's their face. So
By one.
Mm.
yeah.
Wow.
I'm personally so talking boards.
Mhm.
Um, I have been all over the Overland. I don't know if anyone else has been looking at the Overland, but this thing
Oh,
is.
we lost your screen share.
I see that. Let's try that again.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, so I
Who
really
makes
like
that?
this thing. I was gonna say I really like this thing because it's got full suspension, but it's also running the 3-axis race trucks.
Interesting.
Um,
Interesting. Is it meant to be an all-terrain board or a street?
yes, I think it's meant to kind of be both.
Three-link
Um,
trucks for an all-terrain board is interesting because I know they're pretty fragile compared to like most other trucks in terms of
it,
like impact and stuff like that. They're
they
more
had a
for a
couple
manicured
really
track
decent
surface.
they had a couple really decent videos of this thing the other day. This one was
Mm.
the one that I was sold on.
Oh, that is
Um,
pretty good.
Oh,
you'll
dang.
see how fast this guy's like pulling turns on this thing for how big this is an 80-pound board.
That looks like an
Mm.
enormous board. Yeah.
It's an enormous board, but like when you see how fast this guy's pulling turns on this, you're gonna be like, oh no shit. Because he turns on this like it's you see what I'm
Whoa.
saying? He's
Mhm.
turning on that thing like it's on urethanes.
Mhm.
Like I just fully would not expect a board to turn like that. But I think it has to do with the fact that they've got like the sort of the raised up on the suspension and it's got that 3-axis truck, so you're getting like that the turning ability.
Mhm.
Um
Mhm.
so yeah, this has been the one I have been looking at this guy
How much does
and
that go for?
it's around 3K, I think. Yeah, 35.
It's not even
Yeah.
bad for what it is.
No,
No,
no.
that's
I mean,
incredible stuff.
it's a
Yeah.
solid looking board. Like this is like to me in the same vein as like some of the Ace deck stuff that you're saying. Um, so yeah, and I mean they've got some like just even on like I think their OX here, Like
Mhm.
if you wanted just like a good sort of like a standard electric skateboard based on like what we're all running like right now, this guy
Mhm.
1800 watt hours running at 2K. I mean, yeah,
Very good.
that's a killer price on a board. Like
Mhm.
I've been staring at a couple of these guys because I mean like the build setups on these guys are really clean, you know what I mean? So they've
Mhm.
got like the kind of like the race wheels on this guy. And they've also got I've heard a lot of people saying good things about their
Yeah,
racing
I've definitely heard
Formula
about this
1.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've seen a lot on this guy too. So like I feel like if they're doing that good stuff, like their other stuff has got to be in that similar quality. This guy you can even like change the height of the deck, right?
Mhm.
Which I think is like,
Mhm.
yeah, that's
Much
pretty
better than
crazy.
the AI board we were looking at earlier with
Yeah.
like the half an inch of
Suki,
clearance
link
or
the
whatever it
AI
was.
board.
Oh,
Suki, link the AI board for us.
no, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. Are you a big Lin Power? I haven't ever ridden or heard
You
of
know,
them really.
I also am never had ridden or but I'd seen a lot of good reviews for them on Reddit, and it's like one of those companies that kind of like popped out more recently, and I just started like looking at some of their offerings going like, hey, like they are, I mean, legitimately not like a bad looking competitor for their price range, right? I mean, they've got
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that like their Evo Mark 1. I mean, what's this guy running on battery life? 1000 watt hour at 1400. They've got other options it looks like too.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean I like this guy's like to me, this is competing with a LaCroix at a
Yeah,
way
I was thinking that.
way
But
lower
maybe
price
targeting
point.
a different market because it looks like it has off-road tires on
Yeah.
there. And I know the quads were not really off-road machines.
Let's see. And then third board that I've been on, because we were talking about it earlier, is I really think the MBS boards are killer looking boards. I don't know if you guys have been looking at these guys, but
Mhm. Mhm.
they're also solid looking
Where's
decks.
what's the battery size on this one?
These guys are about like in the 1080 watt hour range. And
Mhm.
so to me, like not my favorite battery, but they like I was saying earlier, these they do have a swappable pack on this. So you could buy like 2080s and like essentially like swap it out if you like were able to get back to somewhere quickly and just do a quick swap on it. Um,
Mhm.
I would tell them just build one with 2000 watt hours because I don't really want to go back and swap.
Mhm.
Once I take the thing out, I'm pretty happy with it. But I could also
What's
see
the
why they
range
would.
on this with this size battery?
I mean, I think that depends on how you're writing it, right? And I think
Oh,
that's
of
like part of
course.
the
What do they
difference
say
because
though?
well, I'm not sure what this guy says on range. Can check. What range?
Whatever they say, you can usually cut it in half if you actually want to ride like at or near top speed.
20 to
And you
30
want to.
miles, which is what I expect on like a
For
12
off-road.
because
Yeah.
yeah, for
Mhm.
like 1080 watt hours, right? 1050.
I'm gonna
Um,
convert that to kilometers.
well, and I'm assuming that they're keeping the battery smaller because it's meant to emulate actual mountain boarding too. So you're able
You
to
want it
take it off of
maneuverable.
correct. You want to be able to take it off jumps and stuff like that, right? And
Mhm.
so, because I know the deck is flexible. That's actually got a flexi deck on it.
Mhm.
I suppose part of what you're paying for with these really nice builds is that you're taking it off road. It's gonna hang out and it's gonna be able to hang on for any of the jumping and stuff like that. It's
Mhm.
just
Well, I mean,
interesting because
Mhm.
I've only done
Absolutely.
DIY boards and I opened my enclosure the other day and there was like a bunch of rocks inside that had whittled holes in both the deck and the battery. So it's just
Ooh.
interesting to see like
Mhm.
something
well,
that's built for that.
have y'all seen the new Stooge stuff that's coming out too? Like the big tire stuff. God, I need some pictures of that. Let's see if we can find Mo.
So are you more into off road riding than Corey, or are you just getting more into off road
I think
riding?
I'm getting more into it, but like I've traditionally been more on road, like for the most part. But I've always wanted something with suspension because like I think on road riding would still benefit from suspension, right?
Mhm.
Like whether you're riding it or not. And so for me, the attraction with the Overland is like twofold in that A, it's got suspension, and B, I've already had like want to do like a race ax three axis race truck
Mhm.
for a while, because like uh, the trucks I was running at least on Big Red, which was my DIY most recently, were just some custom TKPs. I don't know. I just like I see the race access trucks, and I see no reason why you wouldn't run those. To me, it actually makes sense on even just like your normal boards, right? Because
Mhm.
it's a higher quality truck than like what you would get out of a TKP or an RKP. You know
What
what I mean?
for a 3-link truck?
Yeah, for a three link.
The
Yeah.
problem with 3-links though is that they're not as durable as you need for all around riding. Like I see a lot from riders that ride 3-links on the street, especially out here. I'm in Hamilton, but even in Toronto, the roads are crap. They're filled with potholes. In Toronto, they also have street rail tracks across. There's just lots of bumps and obstacles, and I see a lot of 3-link riders coming up with bent trucks, just from like not even from accidents, just from regular wear and tear. So I
See,
think
I
that's the
mean, but
biggest reason why you don't see them on most.
I've been my trucks on most. Like I just the last set of trucks. I mean, those were solid like DIY steel trucks, and
Hmm.
I just brought them in with the battery that I had to get rid of, and he was like, "Yeah, your trucks are bent." Right. So
Hmm.
I mean, it's like one of those things that's going to happen over a period of time. But yeah, that's shitty. That's like that.
Hmm.
Uh, question for you because I used to live in Toronto. What is because I feel like when I go online, at least on the Reddit ESK8s,
Hmm.
it sounds like they're pretty strict about PEVs up there. Um,
Yeah.
Oh, like the police?
Yeah, I've heard
yeah,
that. Is
yeah,
that
like it seems
Um,
to me like they're really strict in Toronto from
I've
everything
heard
I
that too
hear
about
on
Toronto.
people. Like people are always making posts like that they're always getting like pulled over for different PEVs or e-bikes and things like that, and that like the city's generally unfriendly. I mean, and I lived to be flat, I lived in Toronto 2006 to 2013, so a while ago. So obviously not of recent times, but I mean, Toronto was never like there were people who biked in Toronto, but it never was like friendly to bikers, like had like lots of bike lanes or anything like that. You know what I mean? So
mhm.
what's your opinion on it? Like kind of living out there?
I think if you go to Reddit for anything, you'll see like the worst of it, and you'll see the complainers, you'll see the whiners. I think people also give
Yeah.
more of an impression that it's stricter than it is. I'm banned from the Reddit electric skateboarding community just because they didn't like how I ride, and you know they're so I feel like that's not a good representation, but I don't say it's unfriendly. I don't say it's unfriendly. I go up to Toronto all the time. We do group rides and stuff. I ride by myself. I've been pulled over before. I've been pulled over once for lane splitting. Another time just for no reason really. The cop was just in a bad mood and he was like, "This can't be on the road. You need to have insurance for it." And I was like, "Well, it's a skateboard. It can't get insurance." And we went back and forth for a while, and then he just let me go because he realized he didn't like really have anything to
There's
hit
like
me
no
on.
argument there. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm. But I,
Um,
I feel like it depends on just how you ride. If you ride appropriately, like I like to go fast. I like to take risk. But if you're on the sidewalk or you're on a shared path where there's pedestrians and stuff, obviously you're going to be respectful. You're going to be
you're
slow.
taking
You're going to be
risks
aware
in
that
the
there's like
quiet areas. Yeah.
yeah, or even if you want to take risks on the road where you're not endangering like people. If you want to go fast on the road. Don't be on the sidewalk or in a bike lane, a protected bike lane, flying down 50 kilometers an hour. I feel like that's the type of stuff that will piss people off, piss bikers off, and have people upset at you. But if you go fast in the right areas and you're respectful of people, I don't think you'll have any problems. I'm more in Hamilton, but I go up to Toronto often, but in
Yeah.
either city.
Yeah.
Mm,
Nice. Colorado's very
Chill.
uh yeah, gray about it. The only place I've actually had issues, Rachel, is funny enough up in like Copper, rather more Breckenridge, Dillon, Frisco. They gave us shit last year. Yeah.
mm,
Pulled we had like a group of like 12 of us and they pulled us over. And they're like, this is illegal. And I actually checked and they put electric skateboards in their bylaws up there as not
mm.
legal. They made but this
What year
here's the
was? When was that?
last year. That was last year. Summit
Really?
County, if you check Summit County, anything
I was
Summit
writing in
County,
Vale. That's crazy. That's
Vale doesn't
crazy.
count. Vale's not Summit County. Summit County's Breckenridge, like yeah, Breckenridge, Copper,
Mm,
Frisco, Dillon, Silverthorne, that sort of area. West of that is Vale's county, which is a different
Yeah, Vale
county.
County. So like
Vale
Vale and
Vale's different. Vale's cool with it.
yeah,
So
I've
this
written
funny thing
Vale. I've written. That's crazy.
so the funny thing about that ride that we're doing this next month, which is the full ride, if you're doing the full ride, I think you might do the partial. But the full ride, we start in Copper and it's 22 miles in. And so the first 6 miles are in Summit County where it's illegal. And then we get
mm,
into Vale County and it's
Yeah,
totally legal, right? But the roads connect, right?
mm,
Like there's two different like bike roads that connect together, right? So what did they just like expect that like what if somebody was coming from Vale on their e-bike, right? And like their laws are so strict, it's only class 1 e-bikes. Though I found it really funny that they were very specific about only class 1 e-bikes. They banned scooters, they banned electric skateboards, but they forgot to ban one-wheeled vehicles. And I'm going like,
mm.
have you any of you
those
seen
are the
the
fastest
electric
ones.
unicycle riders? These dudes are
Yeah,
doing 60 miles per
yep,
hour,
60 to
right?
80
Like
miles an hour.
these
Yeah.
are the dudes. That's the one you need to put in here, not the electric skateboard. We're the ones that like we don't want to like generally press past 30, 40 if we're like testing the limits. You know what I mean, right? Like, meanwhile, anyone on an electric scooter or like, I know because I ride my electric scooter at 40, like, no problem. Like, this is super cruisy, right? So, I mean, yeah, you have those things that go fast, like, and they're like stable at that speed. Boards are not stable at those like high speeds, like,
Mhm.
Heath, who rides here locally, who was known for like doing super fast rides in the past. I used to give him crap too because it's like, I mean, even if you ride fast, like a lot of times you have to have like a super modded board for that. So you'd always go like, why don't you go full speed on your board? Because you were talking about your crash earlier. Because last time I did 45 on a board, I got a speed wobble, and I went down. I slid 5 feet on my helmet. I broke my pinky where it connects to my hand. I smashed my shoulder, right? And yeah, you were talking to helmets. I literally like was sliding on the ground, and I had a half face helmet just with a brim. So I
Oof.
just was
Mm,
watching the brim scrape the ground, right? As I like passed by the ground basically with this thing. Ended up like scraping off half my eyebrow. Everyone for like 2 months was like, bro, I love how you have like a half shaven eyebrow. Like it's just a scar.
mm, mm.
Well, you made a good
But
point that
half
I was
shell
going
at
to
that
ask you
speed
guys.
is pretty bold.
No, but you made a good point. I was going to ask you though, Corey. It's like how if I'm riding in Vale or Aspen and I'm connecting through that trail to the Summit County, like is there signage that says absolutely no electric boards except for
None.
I
None.
because I've ridden in Greeley, Denver, Fort Collins,
It's the only
Loveland.
place I've seen in Colorado that's come down with like some weird bylaws. And then even then, I still hosted a ride last month where we did a ride up in
Well,
Dillon, New
clearly, you're
York.
like, we're starting the first 6 miles of this next ride where we shouldn't be, but who cares, right?
I mean, we
Mhm.
I've had to, I hate to say, because so like talking to what you were saying about like riding well, right? And like just like generally like not bringing attention to yourself, like it's the same sort of thing where like I've had to like say that if we're in that area now on a ride and just say like, hey guys, like, like if we pass people, like don't ride crazy, you know what I mean? And like if you like see like somebody who's like like a park ranger or something like that, generally just like try to ride nicely past them and like ignore them, right? Like don't go like chat with them, because like people were getting like chatty with them too, which was putting us in like harm's way, which is like, no,
Mhm.
don't even get
Don't
like,
talk to them. They're
unless
always just gathering evidence. They're not your friend. Anytime you're talking
unless
to a law enforcement agent, they're gathering evidence. That's all they're
I
doing.
always
That's
tell people,
right.
unless somebody like physically like hails you, right?
Mhm.
Like a policeman like physically hails you, like he tries to stop you like that. That's like the only time you should physically stop, right? But
Mhm.
like if
Mhm.
people aren't like physically hailing you, if you're passing a police officer, just keep going.
Mhm.
I can't believe
It's
you've
just
been pulled over though, Jaden. That's insane. Like pulled over
I mean,
twice.
I do ride pretty aggressive on the road. Like I lane split between cars and stuff, and like I'll take red lights if it's safe to do so, but you're still running a red light. So I mean, I'm not too surprised, but you can see
he's
here.
riding like New
This
York
is in
City.
Burlington,
He's
and
riding
I
like New
was
York City, yeah.
yeah, I was on a Branch Street. It's like kind of through like the downtown area, and I had been riding for a couple hours. I wasn't paying attention enough to see the yellow flashers. I don't know if you guys have those in US. Do you have those intersections where there's a button and it just flashes yellow lights for someone to cross? It's not
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
controlled intersection with like a
No,
red
it's
light
just
or
like it's just
anything.
like a crosswalk intersection, but nobody ever pays attention to them in cars, right? Cars just
So
like want to drive right through them.
exactly. And if you watch the video, you'll see there was an oncoming car coming through the intersection. So I didn't see the pedestrian waiting at the side of the road. And then the car comes, I see him step out. I realized the yellow flashers were on. I tried to stop. I locked up under the braking, and then I just had to slide it out on my knees.
And you said you didn't get hurt, right?
No, I was fine. I was fine.
Good.
I
I
don't know
love the
how.
commentary from that guy. Like, are you okay, man? I
Yeah.
love that that's on
He
there.
was pretty chill. He was so nonchalant. He like didn't even break his stride. Like he just watching me like slide up. I slid up like you can see like I slid up like a few feet from the crosswalk.
I love that
Mm,
that's in there.
mm. But yeah, I had a backpack on. I had a big backpack on, so it looks like I would have like destroyed my shoulder and my back and my arm, but I didn't have a scratch on me. My backpack had like a bit of a scuff on it, and pretty much as soon as I went down, I just started like rotating my body around to get myself onto my knee pads because I know that was where I had my gear. It was the only protection I was wearing. Knee pads and a helmet, obviously.
I'm
I
glad
did
you're
bend the
okay.
truck though. If you can kind of see when I fall, the board when the board slid out from underneath me, it went into the tire of that car, which I didn't realize. I thought the board was fine. I thought the board just flipped when it slid over. So I'm riding, and then I was like, it feels weird. I stopped. I looked at the board. I saw it was bent, and then I looked at the footage again, and I was like, oh, it actually hit the tire, and bent itself. But aside from the board, nothing happened.
Damn.
Mm.
Well, falling with grace is definitely the sign of like an experienced skater, right? Because we all
Mhm.
fall.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to push the limits, so it's not the first time I've fallen. This is a track session we did just the past weekend. Went up to a go-kart track and we just rented it out for the day. We had like maybe like 40 or so riders there, maybe 30 riders. Some coaches as well. This is pretty fun. Good learning day as well.
I like those tires a lot.
Yeah, thank you. I like them. They have like four times the contact patch of your normal like rounded E-skate tire. Is Suki screen sharing it? Can you scroll through the photo stack?
She's
A few
showing.
shots.
Can you
Or
see
I
our
don't know who's
screen?
screen sharing it.
I
Yeah.
think Suki is.
Mm. Got a few nice shots. I have footage of it as well. I haven't posted it yet. I gotta download it and edit it and all that good stuff.
Are you shooting? Is that a GoPro on your
Yeah, yeah, I have a chin mounted GoPro that I always
Go?
wear when I'm riding.
What's the model? What is GoPro on these days? What model is
I have
that?
the GoPro Hero 8, but I hate it because it
Okay.
sucks and
Okay.
it just has software issues. Hardware wise, GoPros are great. You could throw one into a volcano. Literally, that happened. You can look up the video. GoPro survives being like engulfed in lava, but their software is crap. Like a month ago, I was on a go kart track and I was just by myself. It was just outdoor go kart track in my area. It was after hours, so I just brought my board on and I was doing hot laps. I lost it in a corner just on some crappy pavement, and I slid right face first into the tires. And I had my GoPro on at the time, but my GoPro corrupted it shut itself off and corrupted the file on the impact, and I was so pissed. And like stuff like that happens all the time. Like sometimes you'll turn it on and it'll have like the wrong date and time. So I'm looking for my recent video and it's telling me it was taken in 1967. It's like, at the bottom. It just has a lot of really dumb issues that when I get my next camera, I'm going to move away from GoPro probably.
Yeah, well, I'm curious then. What are you thinking about?
I really don't know because I need a durable camera. Like sometimes I'll like set it down to record on the ground or like, like I'm sliding by it, like shooting rocks at the camera, if I crash or I have a selfie stick as well. So, just I don't want I thought about a 360, but I see a lot of broken
They
360s. I see
suck.
a lot of broken 360s.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of looking for something that would replace a GoPro in terms of durability. I don't really know. I know
Yeah.
DJI has an
Durability is
action
not going to
camera.
come in.
It's saying here, DJ, at least as far as AI says, trust it, people. AI
Fuck
knows.
AI.
Trust the AI. It says the most durable action cameras on the market are the DJI Osmo Action 6.
Okay. Well,
Also says the
I
Hero
would
35,
confirm some
but
sources for that, but I'll look into it. I'll look into it for sure. It just sucks because I'm so invested in the GoPro ecosystem. I have like 7 batteries. I have like chargers and like the
Yeah.
all the stuff for it. So.
Well, that's too bad about because I wanted to move away. I have a 360. It's not a bad camera, but yeah, there's zero durability, absolutely zero.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I need a new one.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm on an old GoPro Hero 6, so I need to upgrade.
What are you gonna get when you upgrade?
I don't know. I also was looking at the 360s just because of the convenience factor for when I do film. Um,
Mhm.
my issue with the GoPros is you spend time not looking at the road trying to like position it into like good shots,
Mhm.
right? If it's not some sort of a 360 camera. Whereas like the
Mhm.
360s, like, you just like hang it off your back or wherever the hell, right? And
Yeah, it
then you
catches everything.
kind of
Yeah.
catches everything, right?
I mean, you
So
can buy the little, like, mine has scratches all over it, but you can buy the little, like, cap covers. You can probably see the giant scratch right in the middle.
Oh,
And
over the
honestly, the
lens, yeah.
scratches actually don't show up terribly in the video.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, just for the nature of what we're all doing, like, I can see that one of those just you drop it once, that you lost it. So
Mhm. Like even sometimes I'll be moving and I'll go from my selfie stick to my helmet and I've missed the clip sometimes and dropped it. And the GoPro always survives the drop. I need a camera that can do stuff like that. I just
we
need
need
them to
to get
put
GoPro
good
to make
software in
good
it.
software. That's what we
Mhm.
need.
Mhm.
they need those old armored like cases that they used to have for our cell phones. Those what were those tough freaking
OtterBox?
cases? Yeah, the otter boxes. They need like an
Yeah.
otter box for it.
I'm surprised they don't make cases. Actually, I haven't checked. I don't know that, but I feel like I would have heard about it when I was looking at action camera stuff. I don't think they make cases for action cameras, and they should,
That
because
now I need
I
to
feel like they would
know.
they would be a great market to target.
Otter box
I
go.
really don't see many like proper action camera cases. Like I know you can get like a crappy silicone cover off Amazon or whatever, but I'm surprised there's not more like rugged cases just
You would
for
think.
models of
You
action
would
camera.
think. You
Hmm.
would think. Interesting. Suki, any other things that we need to talk about?
Throw up that weird AI board with the crappy
Yeah,
wheels
throw up the
and
AI
the
board.
truck that doesn't even look
Since
real.
we,
The
we
truck that
we've
doesn't even look
decided
like
we
a
Yeah.
trust
turd.
AI now, we're gonna
It's
trust
allegedly
this
not
AI
AI. She
board.
said it's not AI. She said it's real. But
It's
I don't
not
know.
AI,
I
but
feel like it's gotta be.
if
It
it's
looks like
not
an AI.
AI,
They designed
okay,
it off of AI. If
if the
it's not
board
AI.
I was gonna say if the board is an AI, then somebody like went to AI and was like, make me a concept for a board, and they're like, and give me the files for it so I can print it out on my 3D printer. Like 3D
hmm
printed the thing.
That's exactly what it looks like. Oh.
Suki, show us the board. Show us the board. Show us the board.
We had a lot of fun in the pre-lobby making fun of these boards, guys.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah. Suki
hmm
found us the weirdest boards today. We were also okay. Well, we give her a second. We were also talking about the JK board. Uh,
Yeah, with the battery in the trucks.
yes, yes. This is an older thing, but we were talking
Really
about it
old.
because we were talking about the Bluetooth speaker for wheels board.
Mm-hmm.
That you could probably only fit so much ESC and battery in that. Um,
hmm
I think we were talking like use case, like. I also want to see with the liquid board too. Yes. What was board? Here we go. I'll share that while Suki's taking her time. Is it Sharon?
No, I don't see it.
Come on. Share, you cursed computer. I clicked share, but it's not sharing.
There we
Ah,
go.
there it goes. There it goes. So Suki had us looking at this guy as well, which apparently some guy designed to be like the closest thing to just like a regular, an actual e-skate.
hmm
Since
hmm
all of us ride
Electric
long
longboards.
e-skates. Yeah,
Yeah.
Longboards,
long
yeah, that's
e-skates.
a good point.
So
It
the
looks like it
apparently
has no remote, and you just. I've seen a board like this before. It wasn't this board. It looks like it has no remote, and you just push it, and then it
you
maintains the
talking like
speed you push it up to.
the Mellow board when the Mellow used to have the
Yeah.
endless ride mode. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That
I
that
like the
was.
concept. I do
Yeah.
like that concept,
Do
but
you remember why the concept didn't work?
no.
Because it
Fill me
because
in.
it didn't come with that. You had to pay like an extra $300 after buying it. That was the whole
What?
thing with. Yeah, Mellow Board would sell you. They'd sell you their clip on, because you know how it was like just like a clip on sort of like a electric skateboard that you could just put on any deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So since it was like clip on, you'd pay like $2,500 for their stupid, like it was probably like 10S1P, like tiny little batteries, right? That you could change out the 10S1Ps, and you could like have multiples of it, but you had like a bunch of little 10S1Ps that were interchangeable really quick. And then you'd pay $2,500, and out of box it would only go 20 miles per hour, even though it went 20 like 8, right? But you'd have to like pay them an extra 300. You know how like cars do that shit
I was
now
gonna
where
say
they're
they did the
like,
BMW heated seat subscription
yes,
like
it's the
years and
exact
years
same. It's
before
the
anybody else
car
was on it.
model of like technically the car is capable of more, but you have to
Mm-hmm.
pay us an extra $1,000 for those featurettes. So they shipped it out with like all these cool features that you had to pay an extra $1,000 for when you had already dropped $2,500 on the piece of crap, right? So, yeah, it was like $3,500 out to have full speed, full range too. They shipped it
Mm-hmm.
out of box not to give you the full range.
That's really
Think
stupid. That's a
think
really
about that.
bad business
Like think
business
about
idea.
that, right? That's like you buy a car and they're like, "Yeah, yeah, it's got 500 miles range, but only if you pay me an extra $1,000. Otherwise, it's only going to go 250.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only going to go 250."
That's pretty ridiculous. I didn't even know that about it. It makes sense why it failed. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this thing looks pretty ridiculous.
You
That
got to
looks pretty
scroll down so we
ridiculous.
can see the AI beauty.
Oh,
It only goes
The
30
AI
kilometers an
beauty.
hour.
literally just the enclosure looks like it's fake.
Anyone who's watching, tell me this isn't designed by AI.
Can we get the close up of the truck? I want to just see the truck and how stupid the truck is. That's the liquid board. Wait a minute, that's the liquid. Look over. Look over on the picture. 2 pictures over. That's not even the board they're advertising.
Interesting. Yeah, that is the liquid board
They just threw a
that
picture
we
of
were
the
just
liquid
looking
board in
at.
there. Can we get that enlarged?
Yeah, click on. You see the one that looks like a regular skateboard there, Suki? It's got the white wheels on it. The skateboard. Yes,
You're right. It is the liquid board.
that's the liquid skateboard that we were just
That's so
talking about.
funny.
Do they make that? Do we know that, Suki? Is this the
This the same company?
same company that's making a bunch of AI concept boards?
AI concept.
The owners of this company are so mad at me right now. They're like, "How dare
I'm
Corey?"
sorry, but if the first thing you think when you see a photo of a board is that it looks like
Is
it's
that it's
been rendered by
AI.
AI, that's on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why
None
did
of
they
the
have
design.
the
It
liquid
doesn't even make
skateboard?
sense. Can we go back to the? Can we go 4 pictures over to the one where it's showing a bottom angle of the trucks? No, just one more back over.
Kiro by
One
Arkit
more to the right.
Kondi. Who the hell is Arkit Kondi? Has anyone heard of them before? Arkit Kondi.
It's an AI
Arkit
bot.
Kondi
Go one
board.
photo to the right. Yeah.
Archit Candy?
Looks like
Okay,
maybe
look at the
he's an
motors. This doesn't
engineer.
make sense. It's not gonna turn. Where's the clearance for those motors
Yeah, he's an
for the truck
industrial
to turn?
designer. It looks like.
I can't even find.
The clear motors.
How is that gonna turn though?
I don't feel like, is this
The motors are
real?
just gonna crash into the deck.
Archit Kondi. I can't even like. Is anyone reading what I'm saying? This electric skateboard from Archit Kondi. Who is Archit Kondi? Has anyone
A
ever heard of
company?
this? Is that the name of the dude?
The guy
Because
who
yeah,
made
he
it?
comes up as an industrial designer.
Yeah, like an engineer, yeah.
Weird. It's like an Indian engineer. He's from India. That is. Either way, I really hate whatever his truck design is because what is this weird solid box
Mm-hmm.
that he just seats on the bottom? Like, is that supposed to be a truck? How does it pivot or turn? You know what I mean? Because like the whole thing about a truck is like it's got your bushings in there in the middle. That's like your spring, but that has no spring in it. You see what I mean? Like there's no. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like a 3-axis
Yeah,
The
I
only
don't see.
opportunity
or
for
anything.
movement I see in there is up and down, because it's clearly locked in left and right. Like it wouldn't pivot.
That's my point. It's like it's locked in place, so I don't know. This has
The
got to be
motor, the
full.
look at how the motors are set up too. They're like,
Oh,
Okay, this
yeah,
has got to be AI because it says use of
it
any
is,
road
guys.
tires to ensure that your
It's a
carrier can
concept.
go. It's
I
just
found
based off
him.
of yeah, based
Yeah.
off of any road tires.
So he's got an Instagram. He's definitely like an engineer, but basically it's just a concept design
okay.
that they it's you can tell it's someone who's never ridden because
An electric
where's the
skateboard
axle
before.
for the wheels to move. So yeah, it's a concept.
Yeah, it's very badly put together concept. We love you,
Well, the answer,
Archit. Keep working on industry. You're gonna get there someday. We believe in you. Just
I
keep
actually would love to
asking
see if
AI
you
for
like to ride something with
suggestions.
no hingeable. Like, what would happen? You
You would
can't
just
make
go
turns.
straight.
Yeah, you can't make.
You wouldn't even be
That's
able to
what I was
initiate a
saying.
slide, because to slide you need to counter steer to shift your weight. So there would be zero maneuverability at all.
Yeah, I can't quite figure out what his design is going
If it had a
for
kick
here.
tail, you could kick turn it. I guess it does have a kick tail. You'd just be tic tacking everywhere.
That guy like literally never rode a skateboard in his life, looked at like modern electric skateboards and was like, "How could I like pack all of this into like a more compact area without having any of the effectiveness or reasoning of the original design?"
Hmm.
Just put a little random box there and put the
Hmm.
wheels into it. I can't even figure out how that turns the wheels. It's not even quite sure from the picture whether it's a gear drive or it's a belt or what drives anything.
Oh yeah. There wasn't even any connection from
There's like
the
it's not connected to anything
yeah. Unless maybe they have a drive shaft inside that bar.
that we're missing. Well, Suki has taken us on on yes, quite the path tonight.
Mhm.
We love you,
Mhm.
Suki. Thank you for rolling with us tonight. Thanks, Suki. Rachel, tell Suki that someday she has to get on video with us.
I've been barking up that tree. We'll keep working on it.
um, any other thoughts before we close things out, guys? Any other things you've had on your minds, e-skate wise?
Nothing comes to mind.
All right, guys. Well, at that, we're gonna call it on this cast. So
Mhm.
we appreciate y'all coming out tonight, and we'll hopefully catch you on the next one. And if you guys have any other fun suggestions for another cast, we'd love to come back and hang with y'all again. Y'all have a good
Mhm.
night.
You have a great night.